Alex Stec joined by Phil Keehne. Phil, welcome to Cincinnati. Welcome to the U.S. You've been here for about a month now. How are you adjusting to life here?
Yeah, it's been going well, thank you. In terms of it's a big culture shock in terms of moving across the sea over here, but so far so good. Enjoying life here and enjoying my time at the club as well.
Head of Sports Science and Nutrition, you're working under the brilliant Gary Walker. What does your role consist of?
So yeah, like you said, in terms of working under Gary, it's great to be working with him. So my role consists of on a daily basis to plan and advise the coaches on the training intensity for the relevant day, building up to the competition on the weekends or in the week, and then on the flip side now in terms of managing the nutritional side of things for the players. And we've got a busy schedule coming up soon, so then it'll be key emphasis on recovery and that be supported through our nutritional strategies.
Yeah, you mentioned that management leading up to the game. MLS different from really any other league in the world where there's a lot of travel required for these games and a lot of games in a short period of time. How do you manage that in your role?
Yeah, so in terms of going to be a lot more travel than I'm previously used to back in England. The travel probably max by flight would probably be 45 minutes, where here it's going to be a little bit longer than that. So it'd be straight away in terms of if we got a quick turnaround, it'd be trying to get food back into the guys, which can replenish their nutrient stores from that perspective. And then the emphasis then obviously switches to recovery modalities as well. So what of our quick fix, for instance, like after game, ice baths, compression garments. And then once we get back to our base here, and then the training sessions will probably be more active recovery. And then we go from that point of view in terms of just making sure players are now recovered and ready to perform again in the upcoming games.
You've spent your career in England with Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, Premier League to MLS. What enticed you to join Major League Soccer and FC Cincinnati?
So the main attribute in terms of being drawn here was speaking to Gary. I've got a few friends in the MLS working at fellow clubs, and they've always spoke about how it's evolving as a league, and each season it looks more lucrative to move across here and bring the experiences in the other leagues, what I've worked in the Premier League, the Championship, and implement that. And then speaking with Gary, the first time I spoke to him, I just knew that this was an exciting opportunity to come in and, like I say, work under himself and the manager and work alongside them to now take the club into the next level from where we currently are.
Kind of a tougher question, but obviously everyone wants to win. That's the gold standard. That's everyone's goal here. But how do you measure success in your role?
So from my perspective, in terms of I sat down with Gary and everything, and we've gone through where we want to be at certain time points along the next couple of years from that point of view. So I think the main thing at the moment is getting the players to increase their level of intensity that they're currently performing at. They're at a good level already, but with the manager's backing everything, we want to take them to the next level and be able to outwork our opposition, not just across just one game, but across multiple games in the week when we come into that busy schedule. So from my point of view, success, yes, everyone wants to win, but at the same time, I want to see that my players are outworking their opposition partner, but doing that with ease.
Outsiders looking in think your job is very interesting, very intriguing, but from your perspective, what do you think is the most exciting or interesting part?
Yeah, so the job consists of loads of different avenues, but the main one from my point of view is that planning in terms of, from a physical perspective, building the players up as the week goes on, or for instance in pre-season, and then when they go into competition and they're able to perform to that high level and eliciting that high response that we want in terms of from a physical perspective, and seeing that, and then you see your team coincides with a successful result as well. That's the most rewarding aspect and the most exciting bit of the job. But the main thing is, yeah, in terms of planning the week, in terms of integrating the physical alongside the technical with the coaches, and then having a success at the end of the week.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the time, Phil. I appreciate it, and we're happy to have you here.
No, thank you for having me. No, really looking forward to kicking off this relationship.